Okay, let's get the music going, shall we? Oh, that's way too loud. Sorry, everybody. Okay. Close that, get out of the way. All right, are the teams actually here? Yes. Oh, they're in a game. They're in an A ramp. Ah, I see. There we go. In the captain booth now. Perfect. I'm gonna go ahead and let everyone know there's a. All right, I need to change the beer league stream title here. Where is the link chat? Here it is. Okay. Oh, what was that now? Oh, we have Wandering Monarch subbing today, I see. That's why you said it. Got it. Did they mention that in the Discord earlier? Yeah, looking for an ADC sub. Oh, there you go. Fair enough. All right, and we're just waiting on the teams to be ready for the draft. And here we go. No. There we go. Is Trevor going mid? That is indeed a good question. There is some interesting roster shenanigans. There we go. That makes more sense. What is their... They are missing Y Rebellion, and they're using Crimson Chin as support. So Vermilion is out, and Y Rebellion is out. Crimson Chin and Wandering Monarch are in. Got it. Okay, and here we go. I'm still waiting for some team to ban Team NA's Mordekaiser because he pops off on it every time he picks it. Give me that Melio for a spec block for WDW. Alright. Then a Mousehard pick in response. That is a strange choice. It is a good pick to steal from WDW though, because both their, I guess normally their mid laner Rowdy Fan is a Mousehard main, I believe. Do it, Trevor. Lock in the Nidalee. I'm ready. I want to see it. Nidalee, beer league Nidalee? Nah, he's trolling us. He's not going to lock it in. Wow, okay, I'm wrong. He did, in fact, lock it in. Nah, they said more to useless champ like Morgana. Apparently, they didn't even pick it, even though it was an option. That's tough. Going for the Pantheon instead. You know, honestly, I respect it. Pantheon's a Chad champion. I suppose it could be a Pantheon jungle as well. It could be saving last pick. It could still be Mordekaiser. I probably would pick a hero against this team, but we shall see what he decides to do. Well, there you go. There's the Mordekaiser. He figured it out. I just ordered some chicken to be delivered. I'm looking forward to that. About 45 minutes. Sorry to make any of you jealous who want some of my chicken, but alas, it would be tough to share it with you. If there's one good thing that came out of COVID, it's that you can get delivery from a lot more places now that you couldn't before, which is sweet. Looking at the team comps here, I don't love the Mordekaiser pick in a vacuum, but I do like it just because it's comfort and because he has really good history on it. Smolder getting the counter pick the Malzahar was really fortunate for WDW. That's such a free lane. You get to stack your Q or your passive insanely fast because Voidlings died a one-shot to Smolder Q. So you basically just have a turbo big Smolder you're going to have to deal with. Callista Milio is an interesting lane. I'm not sure if I like that combo, TBH. It's probably fine, but I don't know. I think Callista's too risky of a champion, in my opinion. I think it's too easy for her to just kind of get to later in the game and not really do anything. But WDW's comp in general is very strange. It's basically they're going to be super reliant on this Gnar for any sort of playmaking. As for NA, I don't like the Malzahar early pick, especially as I got counter picked by Smolder. I don't like blind picking. Well, I guess it wasn't blind picking because it was Pantheon jungle. Xayah Nico has a lot of potential, a lot of CC burst combo potential, so I like that combo. I like that lane. Although Milio will dull that a bit, and it's going to be hard to land combos on the Callista. Mordekaiser I like just because it's comfort. Pantheon point and click is going to be helpful against all these range champs. Although whether or not he'll be able to survive once they get in remains to be seen, because they don't have a ton of mobility on the part of NA here. So that could be difficult. Okay. Yeah, I think the WDW comp is scuffed and has a lot of potential to go wrong. Although I do like the Smolder basically getting a free lane plus having basically two supports to help him out. I also don't like NA's general lack of playmaking against such a heavy range team. I would have liked to have someone really tanky who could just YOLO into all of them, like a Malphite or something, but I actually would have really liked Malphite last pick there, TBH. It's double ADCs. Nidalee's really their only AP. I think that would have been so free, but alas, that is not what has happened. I am excited to see the My Back is Sore Nidalee, though. Nidalee's a fun champion to watch because she's so difficult and useless. All right. In we go. That's not what I want. What I really, really want. Here we go. There we go. The oath has been taken.
A summoner has disconnected.
And there's the pause. Wouldn't be a beer league game without it. Wouldn't be a beer league game without it. Let's talk about runes real quick while we have time. I really don't like this rune setup by Malzahar here. One, you're weak early. Scorch doesn't make a difference. Two, I think you really want to have the what is it called? The legend haste to give your basic cooldowns lower. I think having your basic cooldowns be as low as possible on Mordekaiser or on Malzahar is super duper important because you get as many rotations out as possible. So I don't think he's gonna get. They will be nice to have the summoner spell haste though for more flashes. So maybe he can make do with more flash ult plays. We'll see. But I personally much prefer to have a more scaling build on Malzahar. Beyond that, Hail Blades, Callista is interesting. I don't know what the meta on Callista builds is, but since she's so reliant on snowballing, I can see the logic behind just going Hail Blades and making the best of it. So I think that's fair enough. Conqueror Pantheon, I really don't like. Conqueror Pantheon, I'm already kind of iffy on in general, but against such a range-heavy team, you're not going to get to stack it. Just go PTA. 100%. I don't like these items either. I'd much rather see, like, Sudden Impact and Ultimate Hunter so he can make more plays and do more damage when he makes plays. Although, again, the flash cooldown is nice. The Cosmic Insight. So, I know Inspiration Secondary is kind of what people default to. And it's solid enough no matter what you're playing. So, I don't hate it. But that's just my opinion. And I do like the Ghost on Mordekaiser rather than TP. I really like that, actually. I think he's going to need to pop off in these team fights against all these range champs, and I think Ghost is going to help with that a lot. So I really like opting not to go for TP here. By Pathfinder, he is definitely the heart and soul of this team. So I'm on board with foregoing the combat summoner. Or foregoing the teleport, rather. Interesting, I just now noticed this, the Ignite on the Callista. So Ignite... I can't remember the last time I saw an 80 carry take Ignite, but here we are. Everything else seems pretty typical.
A summoner has disconnected.
Our Twitch will be shut down after this series. I hope if it's 2, he better not wipe. The fuck? What are they saying in chat? Oh my god. Beer league players are wild. Well, hopefully the game will actually play out properly once we finally unpause. I know it tends to not like these the spectator client doesn't tend to like these long pauses, so hopefully it will actually play.
A summoner has reconnected. Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
Meow meow. Meow 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 meow. You got that?
30 seconds
Meow, meow,
until
meow,
minions
meow.
spawn.
Nidalee's new voiceover is interesting, for sure.
Meow. Meow meow. Meow 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 meow. You got that?
Thank you, Trevor. Mm-mm-mm.
Meow. Meow meow. Meow 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 meow. You
Minions
got that?
have spawned.
Meow. Meow meow. Meow 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 meow. You
Oh,
got that?
all right, enough of that. Pinhead is going to find the war, but not going to be able to clear it in time, and that actually puts him at risk here. Alright. Bit of an early all-in here in the bot lane. These two clearly not on the same page. Kemsky go in way deeper than his support, and he ends up going down. Oh no, he actually gets the kill. On Callista, okay. I mean, I guess he was in the right and Rogue Otters didn't trust. Okay, then. They are going to spot out Trevor here. This seems like a really slow Nidalee clear. Am I crazy? Or is Nidalee's clear just not that? I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but... Yeah, I might just be wrong. I guess it depends on when he uses the second smite as well. He'll use it on the red buff, presumably. He has been playing it in his diamond games, so I assume he knows what he's doing. I don't know how the really crazy Nidalee players clear as fast as they do, because I do not clear that fast. Not even close. Like, my clear is like 15 seconds slower than theirs. I don't know how they do it. Like, I've watched it, and I've tried to emulate it, and I just can't do it. But, I digress. Where's Eric, by the way? I'm so used to having him trolling me in chat, and he's not here. It's disappointing. Where's my boy? Yes, 336 for a full clear. Pantheon actually has a faster full clear than Nidalee, apparently. They are going to meet here in the river. Wow, Pantheon had Smite still, too. Way faster first clear then. That's wild. Okay, that is... I feel like that's definitely not what's supposed to happen.
Yes, bleed.
He will be able to get out, though, or at least he should. Ooh. Maybe starting topside isn't very good on Nidalee because that's where the single target camps are. Maybe that's the problem. I actually don't know. But, wow, actually... Pantheon's really chunked, and he has no flash, so he's going to get run down here. Gnar needs to rotate down to this play, and he will indeed finally, and he's going to end up going down despite having the much faster early clear. Okay. Bit off more than he could chew, I guess. And now Crimson Chin's going to go in. He needs to flash this Q to have any chance of winning, and he does not. And, oh, no. He's actually going to escape. Okay. Nidalee should be able to clean him up here. No, Pathfinder will indeed finish him off. Well, can he... I mean, honestly, if he can get his W up, he could probably fight this. If he plays it well. But you have to get a really good W. And now, yeah, you can stall for your team. Oh, and he does indeed, and that's going to be the feat of warfare over for Team NA. Well played. Very well played by Pathfinder there to win his 1v1 and then stall out in the jungle for long enough for his team to come help him out. Very well played. I don't like the not getting Darkseal here by Trevor. I think if you have a choice between an Amp Tome and a Darkseal, you should almost always go Darkseal if you don't have one already. especially on like an AP jungler. But that is very much a personal bias. I actually don't know if it's true. But that's just my opinion. I think you should always look to get Darksteel early on most AP champs. Oh. They're going to get a gank here in the bot lane. I don't think anything's really going to come of it. I mean, the Xayah still has barriers, so she's baiting pretty hard. And now Pantheon's going to get here and land his combo. Ooh, that's going to be the double kill for the Pantheon. So far, getting a pretty big jungle diff here. Not what you want when you're picking a Nidalee. This is a disaster start for Team WDW. Yo, where's my chatters at? Got one comment from Stone. Where's Eric to flame me? I guess it is a Tuesday, but still. Come on, homies, get it together. Dead chat. That tumbleweed bot's gonna show up. I might not even ban him. I'm getting lonely in here. But anyways, great start for NA. Almost a 2K gold lead already. Plus massive tempo advantage in the jungle. Oop, gonna get a gank here in the top lane. Mordekaiser does have ulti though. But will he be healthy enough to actually do it? No, I think he might still. No, I think he's got chunked a little bit too hard to win this all in against the Gnar before the ulti expires. And now Nidalee's gonna come out. She's gonna finish him off here. Pathfinder trying his best, but little too late on the ulti there by Pathfinder. If he had been a bit healthier when that ulti started, he would have come out with a bunch more health and he would have been fine, I think. But alas, now jungler's going to meet here in the mid lane or the middle of the river once again. Strange that Pantheon has so much fewer items despite being ahead. I guess just back timings. Yeah, he's got 2,000 gold in his pocket, so he can go get his Eclipse now. Although I don't think Eclipse first on jungle is the right call. I think you want Ghostblade because you need the gap closing power. But I think Eclipse is fine. Plus, he already got the pickaxe, so might as well finish it. Pathfinder gonna go ahead and start these grubs here. I would have liked if he had pulled it a little bit more, but I guess it's fine. You can AoE all of them with your W at once. Would have liked to hit all three with Q though, but in the end they should get it, no problem. Ooh, and they're gonna catch out Nidalee while he's invading the jungle. He is gonna get the blue buff, but will he die here? No, he will not, because Xayah already used her E at the beginning. She didn't have it to follow up the ulti, or maybe she didn't. Why did she? Yeah, she didn't have it. Okay, so he is actually gonna escape thanks to not the best ability usage by NA and the Millia coming over to save him. So Nidalee manages to escape that while also getting the blue buff. Bit of an ulti on Smolder. That's kind of a waste. I guess he doesn't have ulti, or he doesn't have flash. But your ult cooldown is super duper important on Pantheon jungles, especially. So you don't want to use it on low percentage plays. Now we got a bit of jungle shenanigans here. Pantheon obviously way stronger, but he has no way to really get to her. So, oop, does he see the mouse heart? He does, but he's got the Goon Squad collapsing in, and that's gonna be one kill, and that's gonna be mouse heart running for his life. Can he realistically turn this? No, he cannot. He's gonna go down as well. Great turnaround by WDW there, just kind of baiting him in the jungle. Pantheon getting a little too cute with his lead. And there you go, the gold's evened up. Pathfinder kind of just chilling here, looking for a chance to get a cheeky ult off, I think. But he needs to be careful because he will die in one hit. Ooh. Yeah, like literally one Gnar Q. Let's see the crazy backwards Gnar Q that hits him. I want to see that. Get it, Crimson Shin. Make my dreams come true. Don't let my dreams be dreams. Meanwhile, Horticazer says, Jungle Pantheon, please come help me. There's a Gnar being a jerk to me in the top lane. And Gnar's going to go for it, but he gets ulted. And this was not a very well thought out play by Crimson Chin. Pantheon should have survived no problem. Probably could have played that safe and not even tried to fight him, but in the end, he doesn't end up getting him. Now in the bot lane, they're very low and trying to run, and Kemsky realizes that he can take this fight even though there's two of them. Pops the barrier for some reason. I guess he was worried about the Ren to burst, so I guess that's fair enough.
No hiding.
Okay. First dragon over to NA. I don't even remember when that happened. Am I blind? When did that happen? Boy grubs. I don't know when it happened. Must have been a while ago, though, because the dragon has respawned since then, so it must have been really early. Like 5... Oh, bit of a play break here. I'll look at that in a second. Yeah, so they got it at 6:37. Got it. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at the play here while I'm paying attention to stuff that doesn't matter. Nico's going to try to clear a ward. She's going to get caught out, but in the end, it might actually end up being a trap. Indeed it is, and it lands a CC combo on Nidalee combined with the Malzahar. Nidalee should go down here. Oh, but did Malzahar not use his E? I feel like that should have killed her easily. Am I tripping? Oh, he did use E. He just doesn't do any damage. Okay. I'm very surprised that Nidalee survived that. I'm gonna be real with you. I'm very surprised that Nidalee survived that CC combo, but well played to her. And then Smolder's gonna come in and do big damage. He's at 140 stacks already, which is phenomenal for this point in the game. Part of that free lane against the Malzahar. WDW should be able to go ahead and grab this dragon here. I don't know how WDW translates into "Don't worry, we scale," by the way, because that's not even close to correct. But okay. But I digress. That is their team name. Pathfinder able to go ahead and find an all-in on the Gnar in the tower with the help of the ulti. That would be the kill. And do we have feats of strength yet for either team? No, not quite. It's... Although NA is pretty close. First tower or another objective will get it for them. Oop. Trevor looking for a gank on Mordekaiser, but that is... I guess he is low enough he can do it, but he just has to play it a little bit slow, and he does finally end up getting it. Well played to Mr. Backsore. It's actually kind of criminal that he's able to be back in this game like this after starting 0-2. It's highly illegal behavior, but hey, well played to Trevor. He's done it against me in Fear League. Remember I had a game against him, he started like 0-4. And he rebounded and won the game, so there you go. Gold pretty much dead even, only about a few hundred apart. Ooh, a nice flash combo by the Malzahar and the Pantheon there. Double blow, or actually it was only just the Malzahar flash, so there you go. Save the Pantheon flash for later, even better. That will be a nice shutdown against the Smolder there. Stop his momentum a little bit. Ooh. Gnar barely able to dodge that. First item starting to come in for everybody. I see the opportunity first on Kalista, which I hate a lot. I don't know why he built that. I don't really have any further comments. I just don't know why he built it. I think that's really not good. Ooh. We're going to pop the Ghosty and the Flash. I don't know if this is worth it to get a kill on the Gnar, especially as you use your Jungler Slash as well. That seems like a lot of investment to get one kill. In a lane you're already winning, but I guess if they get Rift Herald afterwards, it's fine. They did indeed get the Feats of Strike fix to get a first tower in bot lane. Now they're trying to do the Rift Herald here, but WDW is just closing in. And Malwar does not have a TP, but they said, heck with it, we'll just go in on Milio. Take that fight. We're two big bruiser boys. Pathfinder having a hard time actually getting on anybody. Not quite able to get the passive proc. Now there, he's finally got it, but he's already lost most of his health. Pantheon ends up going down. Can't let Pathfinder have more? That's what I said, bro. I keep waiting for people to ban it against him, and they never do. They just keep letting him pick it. Like, stop giving Pathfinder more. Just don't do it. I'm especially surprised that Trevor let him do it, that didn't ban it, because Trevor is well known to really despise Mordekaiser. So I'm shocked he did not ban it, or steal it, or something. But they do end up securing the Rift out here, despite their very low HP. But WDW is kind of kettling him in here, see if they can finish him off. That is going to be Nico going down, although Nidalee's going to go down as well. Jumping in on the Malzahar, not the best idea. He doesn't get finished off by the Gnar, but then Xayah will finish off the Milio, and now Xayah herself. Well, no, she will be. Well, will she be saved by the Pantheon? No, not quite. That's the official Beer League channel. Is that him? Is that John Beer League? It is indeed John Beer League, the man, the myth, the legend. Again, game's still very close. Gold's only a few hundred apart. What's up, Caress? Welcome. I can't remember if you guys won your last series, so congrats or my apologies, depending on which one it was. Did you guys win? I have a feeling you probably won, but I don't remember. By the way, can you guys believe this bullshit that Pyroan's team's gonna get to go 5-0 because their opposing team surrendered the Week 5 match? That's tough, bro. Getting an undefeated regular season by forfeit doesn't count. That's lame. I'm tired though of you making fun of my top macro. Well then, be better. Sorry. Wouldn't make fun of it if you're doing the right thing. You have played top lane respectably well as a whole, but some of the macro decisions are definitely questionable, which is why I mentioned them. But yeah, I mean, you guys have really rebounded. So I mean, you guys are still in the hunt for the final playoff spot, right? That'd be fun. I would enjoy playing against you guys in playoffs. All right, both teams just converging around this dragon here. Ooh, nice Pantheon ulti gonna land on the back line. Wandering Monarch gonna go ahead and pop his, or the Milio ulti to escape. Hold on, I got very confused by what the cleanse was, and I completely zoned out the rest of the fight. So let's go ahead and see what happened here. Okay, so he ults in, and they're kind of stalling out the rest of the engage. Very nice Mega Gnar there. The Nico is gonna come in though, but True Phenom has to try to run. He hasn't even used his ulti, but didn't get to use it for long. That's going to end up being pretty much a fight in favor of WDW. There's a decent start to the fight by Pantheon, but the rest of his team was not able to follow up at all because Mega Nard just came in there and said no. So very well played by WDW. And their stupid name that doesn't fit. I can only watch so many Alois videos. Well, yeah, that and his videos have kind of devolved into Mundo, push, push, push. It's not quite about as much about the macro as it used to be. Very nice gank by my Backusaur though to get the kill on the Zaya there. Did not respect the spear damage for sure. But now I really don't like that he didn't build Darksteel. This could easily be a 10-stack Darksteel in his inventory right now, but alas, that's 50 AP that he'll never have. WDW is starting to pull away here. You know what? I'm just going to call them DW because they're don't worry, we scale. I'm just going to call them DW. Fuck the extra W. I don't know why it's even there. They're just Team DW now. I've decided. In fact, you know what we're going to do? Here. This is what you get. You are now Team DW. Take that. Oh, it helped by. There we go. Fixed it. They are now Team DW. Or Team Don't Worry. WDW is too hard to say. Now here, DQ is going ahead for this Otacon here, but they're taking a lot of damage. Now the Meganar for TPN, unfortunately not a great Meganar ulti. However, it should still be enough as the rest of WDW should be able to get in here. And that's going to be the ADC down as Gnar is doing stuff in the backline, but Pathfinder popping the ulti on Nidalee, but well played by Nidalee to be able to escape, at least for now. But she goes in and turns on the Kalista instead, which is 100% the right thing to do. And he just needs to stall long enough for his W to come back up, and he will. And we're going to have to rewind that because that was a very strange fight all around. So let's go ahead and see that again. So they're doing the Otacon, and they're losing all their armor and MR, which is really bad. You definitely don't want to get engaged on when you have all these debuffs on you. And we're going to have a TP in by Meganar, and he's going to ulti, but he doesn't actually land the stun on anybody. So then he has to engage not nearly as good as they were hoping for, so they have to kite back. And Mordekaiser's just here on the side, causing chaos all by himself, able to force force the jungler out of the fight, and then turns around and with the help from the Nico, able to finish off the Kalista here before going down. Now Pantheon's going to ult in, and that's going to finish him off, and that end up looking like a hard-won fight for WDW. Gets turned around by the power of the Mordekaiser. If Gnar just waits, they win that fight. Yeah, I think I don't know if it was just a bad micro execution or if he was just impatient or what, but that looked like a potential for a really huge Gnar ult, but it didn't really end up doing anything. Maybe if he had TP'd to a better angle, like maybe if he had TP'd to... Well, actually, I guess he didn't really have a better angle. I don't know. Yeah, I'm shocked that Gnar ult didn't do more, but it didn't end up stunning anybody. Nettie's going to go ahead and try to do a cheeky steal on this, but... well, actually, she ends up killing the Pantheon, and now Mordekaiser is low. He has to run, and Trevor's going to try to finish this off, and he's going to bring in Smolder to help, but can he actually stick around long enough to stay in smite range? And he can, but he smites early. He does end up getting it, however. And Smolder lays his life on the line to buy time for Nidalee to secure the Otacon. And now a bit... Sorry, I moved away for 1 second and more fighting started happening. What happens here? Does Nidalee keep going? Does Nidalee get a little too crazy jumping into the Malzahar ulti? Nope, not the Malzahar ulti, just the massive damage of the Zaya. That's going to be a 1,000 gold shutdown to the Zaya, which you really don't want to do. You definitely don't want to give a Zaya or any ADC a 1,000 gold shutdown, especially not a Zaya, because that champion is nutty when she gets big enough. Alright, let's fast forward just a little bit here. Make up for all the I've been doing rewinding even more than normal this game, which I know everyone hates. And Nico doing a very good job cheekily clearing these warriors while pretending to be a Pantheon. Not giving away that is indeed not the real Pantheon. Then a poke coming in. Very early ghost pop by Mordekaiser. I'm not sure why he did that. Mordekaiser's just going to go ahead and pop ulti on Smolder, which is the right call, I think. He might not win before the ult ends, but oh no, he will, and he will indeed grab that Smolder Soul. And they're going to move right on to Dragon as well. Unfortunately, QSS and Milio ultis do not work on Mordekaiser anymore. I don't know if Milio will ever work on Mordekaiser. I guess if he ulted the Milio, but Pantheon ults on Nanar for some reason. I don't know why. There's no follow-up, and now he's very deep, and his team kind of has to help him escape. Not sure why he ulted that, but in the end, still a good play for them. They get the pick on the Smolder. They get the Dragon, and now Neganar gets a nice double stun that time. Much better engaged this time around. Malzahar goes ahead for the flash ulti on Kalista. Doesn't have the E on her, but doesn't end up needing it, although it doesn't end up going down in return. Ooh, and then Nidalee going a little crazy in the mid lane yet again. All right, let's go ahead and see this play, and then we'll pause. I can go pick up my food from outside real quick. Yeah, he just goes a little too crazy. I don't get stunned for tower. All right, I will be back in just a moment. Okay, and we're back. And the answer to what I got was Church's Spicy Chicken. Big fan of theirs. We just got one around here recently, so big fan. It's draining my bank account, but you know, whatever. Life is meant to be lived. Okay, go ahead and fast forward just a little bit here. Game's still very much in either side's hands. Only about a 3K gold difference, which is not really that much at this point in the game. Oh, didn't mean to slow down that much. Looking for a bit of a pick here on Smolder, but he is able to escape. attempted engage there by the Milio, or by the Miko, but gets knocked back, not able to do it. And Nara jump teleports into the back, just short of Mega, and he ends up getting blasted before he can do anything. That's tough. Very unfortunate TP for Crimson Chin on that one. Despite losing their front line, DW is still posturing very aggressively here. Yeah, they're going to hop right on this Baron, even though they're down a man, which is a wild call. But they have no, DQ has no vision on this, and they're not really anywhere close to it. They might be able to do this. Go for the YOLO Baron, why not? Got double ADCs, got the damage, got a Callista, and there you go, just like that. And they sneak a Baron while down a man, because they just have really strong vision control. Great job by them. Amazingly, still only about only about a 2.5 gold lead for DW, even after getting that Baron there. So the game's still very close. Both teams still 2 dragons away from Souls, so it'll probably be a while before that comes into play. I do think that NA's lack of true tanky engage is starting to hurt them a bit. They're a little too reluctant to go in too hard. Ooh. They're going to get the catch on Nidalee, though. She is able to stall for quite a bit thanks to the Zanyas, but in the end she does go down, and then Mordecai's going to ult the Callista. She's going down as well, and that just leaves the rest of NA free to run down DW here, because Gnar not close to transforming, so can't provide for his team. Nice catch by Pathfinder and the Bibobi? I don't know how you say his name. Bibobi. And ends up securing the dragon for them, despite being against a Baroned up team. So well played to them. Hitting the pick on Nidalee. Nidalee being a little bit too aggressively positioned, thinking she was safe as Anya's, but she was in fact not. And nice ulti there to catch up with Gnar as well. Doesn't really, not like anything really is going to come out of it, but might as well. And that's what I mean about the Conqueror Pantheon, by the way. For 30 minutes in, he's only got 362 healing. But now it's not a full measure of what Conqueror does, because it also gives you AD. But it's kind of hard for Pantheon to stack it, because there's no real melee chance for him to hit stack this up on, right? So I would have much preferred PJ for the burst, in my opinion. And the game, once again, very close. 30 minutes in, only about a 400 gold lead. That's nothing. I don't know why it's following him, by the way. Bit of a play here, breakdown here. Oh, interesting choice. The Edge of Night for Callista. Malzahar is going to go for a pick here on the Nidalee, but Malzahar doesn't actually do that much damage, so he'll be totally fine. bit of an interesting fight here, breaking out here in the top lane. Jungler versus top laner. I feel like Mega Nar should win that, you would think, unless Pantheon plays it really well. And he indeed does, and Pantheon has to blow his flash to escape. Yeah, game still very close. Only about a 1k duel deficit, although GQ is on the verge of a potential Infernal Soul here. Baron and Dragon, both coming up here pretty soon. I think if you're NA, you're fine trading Baron for Dragon if it comes down to it, but obviously you prefer to not do that. It's going to be Banshee's Veil last item for Nidalee, which is interesting. I do like it. I think she's vulnerable to getting picked, so anything that can help, or anything to help her get in without getting immediately blasted would be helpful. I do think she might miss the Void Staff, but as long as you're not focusing Mordekaiser, it's probably fine. DQ is going to go ahead and just start the Dragon right away, and it says dares to fight, and did Pathfinder just flash ult the Spear Shield, the Spell Shield on the Nidalee? I believe he did. And they are going DQ is going to get the Dragon, but they are also going to get wiped here. So hold on, did I see that correctly? Oh, well, hold on. Okay, so I see what he was trying to do. He was trying to flash Q to get the shield off, and then ult. Did the Q miss? Is that what happened? So he Q flashes, and it just doesn't break the shield for some reason. Is that a bug? That's really weird. That looked like that clearly looked like Q should have hit. The Q delayed hit. Is that what happened? Okay. Well, that's really unfortunate for them. That I respect what he was trying to do there, but that sucks. And then they do get the Dragon Soul, but in the end they're gonna get wiped as well. So that's going to be an expensive mistake there. I think he animation cancel on accident when pressing ult. Can you animation cancel Q? That's news to me if you can. That's a really rough way for DQ to lose. I respect what he was trying to do there. I really do. Like, hold on. I want to see it one more time before they won the game. Let's see, like, hold on. Let's see it. What happens? What exactly? Like, obviously, DW wins this game. So what exactly happens? We'll watch it nice and slow, just one more time. So he flashes. I think it just missed. Yeah, I think it genuinely just missed. And it looked weird because of the elevation with the river. That's the only thing I could figure. Yeah, I don't know. That's super strange, but very unfortunate for DQ that happened, because that ended up ending the game for him. So that's really tough. All right. Let me. Okay. Are they switching sides? They are indeed. It is. It changes. It changed directions when he flashed. It was facing a bit left, and he flashed his body, turned it downward. I guess it must. A really tough way to lose for a DQ there, but sometimes that's league for you. It's a game of inches sometimes. Honestly, I'm not sure if it would have been a great play even if it had worked, because Nidalee could stall for a really long time, but I respect the attempt, and having it go as badly as it did definitely kind of doomed DQ, so that's tough. Yeah, like I said, I'm not sure it mattered. The Smolder had already reached super late game. Nidalee can it's no guarantee that he even kills Nidalee there, to be honest. So I don't know if they would have won the fight if that had worked the way he expected, but he definitely lost because he didn't get it. So that is unfortunate. Teams are switching sides here for game 2. So it'll be the Braum first pick for NA. Interesting choice. And it's going to be the Tryndamere lock-in for DW. I can only assume this is Trevor. My back is sore. He hasn't been known to play Tryndamere jungle on occasion. I don't know if that's any good, especially now, but I guess we're going to find out. A good old Braum Lucian lane, a classic to be sure. Then a Darius lock-in, which is interesting. I wonder if they know it's probably not Tryndamere top. I assume they don't. No one plays Tryndamere jungle, so. Also, is Darius even good against Tryndamere? Actually, don't know. And Corky Karma, very aggressive bot lane for DW. I would just like to point out how much of a selfish letter W is. And you're probably wondering, what the fuck does that mean? How can a letter be selfish? Explain, Mr. Caster. And think about this. Most letters in the alphabet only take one syllable to say. A, B, C, D, R, S, T. How many syllables are in W? 3 fucking syllables. W. That's garbage. Having a name with WDW, that's like 7 syllables. That's way too hard to say. I henceforth declare that we shall have no more team names with W in them, unless they're my team. Because ours has one in it. You would think Trin would be a good spot with Lethal Yuntal. Well, the Trinamirs I see don't even build that. They build like... they build the lethal... They build, what is it? The lethality Tiamat item. I don't even remember the name of it at the moment. They build that first, which is weird. And it's going to be a Yorick in the top lane, indeed, as expected. I mean, I guess it could be jungle too, but... yeah, it's for old CD, I think. I guess. It's just an odd choice. I mean, Ravenous Hydra gives about the same cooldown as the lethality one. I don't know. You would think, but I don't know. I'm not a Trinamir player. I have a soul, so... I do really like the Ramus pick by NA. He's got 3 good targets for it already. Let's see if DW has a good answer for that, for their mid laner. Yeah, Trinamir is an interesting champion. Trinamir players are interesting because their champion's kind of like dog shit, but he's also complete bullshit. And they have to find ways to try to make him work. Don't you dare pick a full AD team against Ramus. I will be very angry. Don't do it. No, do not. I will be very angry. Do not pick full AD against Ramus. Okay, interesting. Fiddlestick's final pick, so that's what, a Middlesticks? Or maybe it's a Tryndamere mid? I have seen that before. Very strange champion choices by DW. I haven't played Trend since AP Trend was a thing, so you haven't played Trend in like 7 or 8 years. Felt like if you don't get Rage Bar crits in lane, you just get cucked in fights. I mean, true, but you also get 50% crit at level 1, which is obscene. Plus, he has 50 more auto range than he used to have. Tryndamere's early game's fucking nutty now. Like, I just play safe on like every top lane matchup. It's not even worth trying to trade with him. You get crit twice in an early trade, your lane's over. Out of all the champions, I'm surprised I haven't gotten reworked. Tryndamere has to be at the top of the list. Like, out of like Trinity's needed a rework for like forever, and they just don't do it. I guess like maybe they can't come up with any good ideas on how to meaningfully change him while still making him feel like Tryndamere. I don't know, but it's wild to me. Out of all the champions that get reworked, he isn't one of them. All right, and in they go. In terms of analyzing the draft, I don't know what to make of DW's comp. I don't know who's going where. I don't know what the overall strategy is. I assume it involves split pushing, considering there's a Tryndamere in New York, but beyond that, I really don't know. Not much CC on there, other than the fiddlesticks, obviously. Maybe one of the devs will mistakenly pick Tryndamere, decides it needs to change. That or they get shit on by Tryndamere. That's what we need. Oop, we have a mess up in the lobby already. We shall start again. All right, champ select, take two. This is really fucking good chicken, by the way. Easily worth the way too much money I spent on it. I'm curious to see how this York versus Darius matchup goes. I have a feeling it's York favored. I think York's probably not... Darius probably isn't tanky enough to just bum rush the York, but maybe I'm wrong. I wonder if Zillion will get the rework. I've seen a million teachers for. I think it's Wild Rift Zillion. Well, some champs on Wild Rift do work a bit different than a regular league. I don't know all the details, but I know that Ashe can control the arrow, which is when it's in flight, which sounds hilarious. Probably glad that one's not in the PC version. I can't imagine playing Wild Rift competitively, by the way. Like, trying to play that on your phone or, like, on a controller. Like League of Legends, micro is so much more intense. Like, they're way too intense and quick, and for mobile, I don't know how people do that. We have to trying to kite on an 80 carry on a phone. That sounds horrible. It can't be much worse than trackpad. True, but League is not designed to be played with a trackpad, and if you play with a trackpad in League, you're a fucking goofball. know there's some psychos out there who do it. You play on trackpad? No, you don't, Stone. No, you do not. There ain't no way. I don't know. I can't go back to playing shooters with a controller anymore. Once I got used to it on PC, once you get used to the mouse and keyboard, trying to play with a control stick, ugh, it's disgusting. I don't know how anyone can do that. What if they've ever tried the alternative? Oh, I just realized I've had the wrong overlay on for draft this whole time. Whoops. Oh, there you go. You can see the Fearless bands. My bad on that one. I forgot to switch because I was distracted. But all it really tells you is they can't play the same champs they played last game, so. I played shooters since I was like 10 on controller. PC feels too hard. With a lot of shooters are movement based. I mean, yeah, there is a learning period if you switch to PC for sure. Like when I first, I played on Xbox and then I switched to PC years and years later. And then it took a while to get used to, but once I got used to that, I couldn't go back to the controller. It just, I can't do it. I can't do it. I will say though that League is the first PC game I've really played like competitively. So that was part of the learning curve as well because I was playing so much League, and I finally got a real like gaming PC. Because I played PC stuff before, but I played like strategy games. I didn't really play like anything action intensive until League. So that's when I really had to get used to PC controls. Just a born and bred console gamer. To be fair, I actually do like a lot of games on controller. Like if I'm playing any sort of like RPG, controller 100%. If I'm playing like, Dragon Quest or whatever, 100% controller. It's just any game that's like designed with mouse and keyboard in mind or a shooter, I can't do a controller anymore. It just feels too weird. Except for Halo. I still play Halo with controller because that just feels right. But everything else, like I couldn't imagine playing Call of Duty or like Helldivers with a controller. That just sounds uncomfortable. But if it's not like a competitive game where reaction speed matters a ton, I definitely prefer the controller as well. So I get that. Side scrolling action games and like Dark Souls and stuff. I couldn't imagine playing Dark Souls on PC. That sounds with mouse and keyboard. That sounds awful. Controller all the way on that one. And yeah, I mean, Halo was designed for sticks, like literally. Like that's not even a meme. Like they designed it to be played on console. They made a bunch of changes to how it works to make it work better. And then the later Halo games got rid of a bunch of them for some reason. I don't know why, but there you go.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
I'm noticing that we have a Trinimir jungle with teleport, which is interesting. Looking for a cheeky invade here, level 1. Yeah, I remember watching his not to mention he played League on a PS4 controller, but he played Riven on a PS4 controller, which is wild. That's like one of the last. I can't play Riven on a mouse and keyboard, let alone on a controller. That's wild that you would attempt that. But
my right arm is a lot stronger than
although actually, I think in some ways it might make more sense to play a short-range champ like Riven because a lot of it, you don't have to move your cursor around large distances across the screen all the time on Riven because you're so short range. So maybe that makes the controller easier compared to like playing like Xerath on a controller. That sounds awful. Or like any AD carry on a controller. That's just like sounds miserable. And Tryndamere does end up indeed getting the blue buff, although they are aware that he's doing it. So we'll see what the Rammus response looks like. I know they gave Rammus a bit of a rework recently, I guess to not make him strictly anti-AD anymore, but I don't know if he's any good. I know he was terrible when they first shipped the rework, but his win rate seems okay now, so I'm actually not sure if he's quite the full AD counter he used to be back in the day. I say back in the day, like it wasn't like a couple patches ago, but you know what I mean. And first blood in the bot lane on Zikorki. He does his bonus AD based on armor, I think. Armor and MR, plus his W. Hold on, we'll go look at that. Hold on, we'll have it up here. We're doing a tower dive here on the Yorick. Right with the jungler right there, dude. He just goes for it. Wow. Guess he does die in response, but that's worth it because all this EXP he's gonna miss. Yeah, the amount of armor he gains from W got more evened out, I believe, and the passive as well. It's not like they used to both scale with armor and MR, but way more with armor, and now they kind of like do it evenly, I guess, which is a weird change. But, and I didn't even really acknowledge it, but this is indeed a middle sticks versus a Lux, which is interesting. Bit of a gear attempt, but they're just going to turn it on the Lux instead, although looks like he should be able to escape. Fiddle has to flash the Lux Q, and now can they finish off Tryndamere? Not quite.
Focus.
Off the Yorick here. One more auto probably does it, but he and he lives the tower. Oh no, he just barely dies from the minion aggro plus the tower. Oh my god, a lot of kills here in the game. That will be a feat of warfare over for NA once again. And then we're gonna get a gank here in the bot lane by Tryndamere. Finn's in really early. I'm not sure why exactly he did that so early. And now Rammus is here, and that should be a very dead Karma. No, and indeed is. Tries to turn it on the Lucian. And now Tryndamere is going to get caught out here by the Rammus, but Tryndamere is going to be able to spin his way out of there. It is very risky not having a mobility summoner in the jungle. Just get so you can get invaded a lot. Fiddle-K is a range player myself, but I miss ulting ADC and one-shotting themselves. Yeah, I think that's what they were trying to avoid. Is they didn't like that he was a counter-pick only champion, which I get, but
Never falter.
having the reflect only work on auto attacks is a problem because a lot of AP champs don't. Most AP champs don't auto attack, so I get why it was AD focused. I don't know. It's a strange rework to be sure. To enemies that attack him, it's auto attacks, right? I'm assuming. Yeah. I don't know, like if you're a mage, you can just not auto attack the Rammus. It's just a weird way to give him power, but nice pull on the Darius. They're gonna be able to get the damage to finish off Mr. Crimson Chin, and they will. That's gonna be another kill over Pathfinder. 2K gold lead already here for Team NA. This game 1. There's Eric. Hello, Eric. We missed you. You missed game 2. Now we're on to game 1. They should have never reworked Galio, and then you had a Rammus version for AP champs. I mean, he still kind of is. That's why people pick him, right? They pick him to counter mages in mid lane, but although he's not that bad against AD champs either. Nice all in by the DW bot lane. Barely escapes the Braum when he comes back. I was busy. I will make up for all the trolling I missed. Perfect. Thank you, Eric. Good man. And Trevor, go ahead and try to sneak these grubs over the wall here. He does have Troubling Pride here, so he should be able to get it, but it's not the fastest grub clear of all time. They're going to go ahead and all in the Tryndamere here. He does not have ulti, but he should be fine. No cage on the Yorick, so they don't realistically have all ins right here. And he's just trying to stall as long as possible, but I don't think anyone's really coming to help. I mean, Lux is here, but ult doesn't really do anything. Can Darius maybe yoink one of these? That's probably the best case scenario, is that you steal one. Now Lux is here, but so is Fiddlesticks, and Pathfinder is going to barely survive. And that will indeed be all three grubs over for DW. It was a nice attempted yoink, but alas, there was no yoink. Now Pathfinder needs to be careful. He can very easily be done with that health. Especially because York has flash, like literally one flash. Okay, doesn't even need flash Q. He just throws it. Darius got all three. True. My bad. You were right, Eric. Good job. You set me straight. You missed the old AoE Galio ult in the shield that would heal you for magic damage. That's true. Nice cold ult by Rowdy Fan there, realizing that Lux couldn't stop it, and that's going to be a solo kill for Rowdy Fan on the middle six. Now while that's happening, plays breaking out here in the bot lane. I'm not sure how exactly this play ends up happening, because our bot lane's safe under their tower. Just wondering, Monarch getting a little too excited. W in like a fool. He gets baited into the Bramus ulti and then gunned down by the Lucian ulti. Yep, so they get a little too... He doesn't use W, but he does get too excited. He gets baited in. That's not what you want. He's already... You survive the gank and walk away. Don't make the play for him afterwards. Take it from me, I do that all the time. The Bibobi, I know. Huge Bibobi ult.
Mark upon you.
Plus 52 worth. Gold lead has stabilized quite a bit, only about 600 for NA now. And Trevor's gonna run into Tryndamere here. Tryndamere doesn't actually have ulti yet, so he's gonna die with the bleed, and now Pathfinder's gonna try to turn the fight as well, and York's gonna realize he's in trouble and run away. Get committed a little too early without your ult there, Mr. Backsore. But now Fiddlesticks is here to try to finish off the gank on this Darius, and he's trying to stall the best he can, and Lux is keeping in, which he really should not be doing. I mean, he's still alive somehow. Lux needs to use the W, and he does end up using the W just in time to save the Darius, and now they're going to go ahead and... Okay. Why doesn't this mid laner have yellow trinket? It's a good question. Why doesn't the Fiddlesticks have yellow trinket? What a troll. Now Trinimir's here. He does have the ulti this time, but still doesn't want to just get CC'd to death.
Never fail.
Looking for a potential all-in on the Karma, but I don't know if you want to take this much damage. Oh, actually they do, and Rob's going to go down, but he should go down in return, so very nice all-in there for the NA bot lane.
Walk once more.
I don't... Okay. Direct the camera, please. Fight going out here in the bot lane. Nice gank by the Lux to roam down. Take advantage of the blocked vision by that control ward. It's going to be a catch on. It'll be a catch on the Karma. And again, I don't know why it wants to look down here. There's a team fight in the bot lane. Only one dragon down so far.
Turret plating will fall soon.
Has Trevor used teleport yet? That's actually a good question. I don't know if he's used teleport yet. I haven't seen it, but I haven't really been looking for it. So yeah, he has not been getting great value from that summoner spell so far. For sure. Pathfinder going for a very aggressive all in here with almost no HP, but he knew what he was doing and he gets it. I'll play the Pathfinder. Catch down. Speaking of the Tryndamere, he's going to get caught out a bit here. Oh, and he fails to jump over the wall, and that's going to be a very dead Tryndamere. That should be Dragon 4 NA as well. No, the jungler is dead. Should have brought Revive so you could get back after that play. Teleport out. Ooh, Lux going to get an all-in on the fiddle here. It's actually going to kill him. All right, fair play. NA having another strong early game here, up about 5k already, plus 2 dragons. And they have the feats of strength as well. Can they close it out this time? How close was game 1? It was extremely close. Game 1 was extremely close and ended suddenly and surprisingly. It was a controversial ending, let's say. We had to watch replays quite a few times to figure out what the hell even happened. And we're still not entirely sure. But regardless, DW did indeed take game 1. In a very close fought battle. In this one, it was genuinely confusing, not because I wasn't paying attention. Like, there's a lot of times I have to do replays because I'm just, like, zoned out and not paying attention to the game, but this one was genuinely a confusing play. That even after I watched it, like, 4 or 5 times, I still don't fully understand how it happened. So, but I digress. The play ended up being a wipe for Team NA, and DW was able to end. So there you go. Coming in here on the Tryndamere, but able to get the ulti off very early. He might have the damage to just beat York here. No, he will not. Oh, ooh, the Q dies right before the Q goes off. That would have saved him. but Tryndamere doesn't end up going down thanks to the arrival of the Rammus. Crimson Chin is angry as Rich with the game. It's a very unfortunate time for him to be gone because now he can't push this tower. And wild play in the bot lane here. This Fiddlesticks versus versus Lucian 1v1 down here. And I like the ulti attempt by Rowdy Fan, but Lucian has both sums and is able to survive. And ends up being a great fight for, I guess, for the Fiddlesticks, because yeah, Lucian had a shutdown, so fair enough. Well played by Fiddlesticks.
A summoner has reconnected.
Crimson Chin has arrived. I'm surprised they didn't pause for him. He was gone for a while. Yeah. Big shutdown. He's rich. Fiddle rich. Go ahead and catch up just a little bit here. Team Dairy Queen still. Actually, no, it's not Team Dairy Queen. It's Team NA. Never mind. What happens here? So, top lane. Wanting Monarch. I assume he gets caught out one shot by the Lux here. Ooh, nice flash view by True Phenom. Having just enough damage to finish him off. Meanwhile, Karma is very caught here, and she has the flash, so she's going to die for free here. That is tough. And Team NA kind of just asserting dominance this game. Yeah, about a 5k gold lead, Feats of Strength, 2 dragons. Potentially 3rd soon. Boss Rift Herald. NA's been killing it. Ooh. Nice W, but kind of block the Darius for a little bit, but I feel like you probably need that to fight him. I feel like you probably just lose the fight now because you don't have that puppy tied out. Although not if Tryndamere's here. Oh, he does get the dunk off in time on the Yorick. And forces the early ulti, but being able to dunk Yorick first and then switch to the Tryndamere is huge. And then he can ult both of them. That's going to be a very clean 1v2 by the Darius. Pathfinder finding a way to play the video game. And Crimson Chin again rage quitting because his top laner just got another double kill. Have an ad help. Yeah, sorry, we get banner ads on this channel. It's sad. Although I don't get any when I watch on my phone. I'm not sure what that's about. Maybe because I'm a mod? I don't know. He went normal Tiamat. He might just try to split this game. That's true. And then a bit of a catch out here in the jungle. Fiddlesticks very dead. And True Phenom doing his best to hold the top lane tower by himself, 1v2. While Crimson Chin is again AFK. I'm shocked they're not pausing for him, by the way. Just accepting that he's just AFK for a while. And NA's going to go ahead and grab their 3rd dragon. This looks like a game 3 angle. It sure does. I mean, honestly, game 1 looked NA favored. It was close, but it looked NA favored right up until the final fight, and then it just literally ended in favor of DW due to a very, very tragic play on behalf of a Mordekaiser and a Flash. But yeah, it is indeed looking like a game 3 angle. Much more dominant this time around. DW, and they should be able to catch up Tryndamere here, you would think. Indeed they will. Watch the road. I don't know why Lucian's saying that, but alright. Let's watch the road. Another one get run over while he's riding his motorcycle, I guess. That will be the Atakan for NA as well, up to about a 6.5k gold lead. Ooh, and Rammus is gonna... Oh, yeah. Wait. Oh, it was Corki's flash. Okay. Got it. And they're trying to find a way to get in here, but no ulti. Sunfire Rammus, woo! Hell yeah! I actually don't hate it on Rammus just because his clear is so bad without it. Although it is weird to get it this late. He's gonna go ahead and find Wandering Monarch here. Gonna be an ulti attempt by Lucian. Ooh, nice flash by Fiddlesticks, but nice follow-up flash by Lucian to finish him off. Needs Serpent's Fang Rammus, true. Can't deal with all these shields. Lethality Rammus sounds pretty good to me. Bramble just too important on Rammus. I can see what Sunfire second. Yeah, I get the Bramble. He went the full Thornmill though. I mean, is that really worth it? Oh. I don't know. I'm not a Rammus player. I won't. I really can't. I don't know enough to speculate on what the correct play is, but it's just weird to build Sunfire second on any champion, let alone on a champion like Rammus who desperately needs the wave clear. Although, interestingly, he's not actually that far behind in farm. He's actually ahead in gold up the Tryndamere despite everything, which should not be happening. Really not a banner game for my Bakasaur on the Tryndamere jungle, I'm afraid. Not looking good. Teleport somewhere, right? I still don't know if he's ever actually used it. I have yet to. I haven't been looking, but I have yet to see it. I have yet to notice one. It's weird to just sit on components for so long. That is true. I agree with that. Look at that bomb. He's damage, 133 damage. Woo! A bit of a tech here on the Braum, but Karma, in attempting to rotate to help, ends up getting blasted by the Lux. Ooh, nice flash Q by Lux, and that's going to be another kill on the Corki. And now the Fiddlesticks ult's going to come in, but I think it's going to be too little too late, and he's going to go down as well. It's a scaling item. Is it, though? I mean, I guess technically it is, because it scales with your stats, but it's technically a scaling item. So is Storm Surge, because it has an AP ratio. Technically a scaling item. I will have to say that I kind of hate that all these Fiddlesticks icons get or effigies count as they show us him on the minimap in Spectator Client, because I have to really pay attention to figure out which one's the real one, which is confusing to my slow brain. I only ever see you do more than 1 to 2k in arena with the hell scale. Yeah, I see. If you're like, Sunfire is bad. The only reason you build Sunfire is if you need it to wave clear. I've had this dissertation, this rant on Beer League before. I think it's I think regular Sunfire is a dog shit item, and you only build it if you need it to wave clear. Meanwhile, Bobobi tried his best to escape. Hunt and pop his Ghost, but there's so many enemies here. Even with Ghost and ulti, he's definitely going to go down. Although he can stall long enough for his team to arrive. They are here, but if anything, this might just be baiting them. Teleport behind them! Yeah. Yeah, so far they're actually okay, because I guess... Yeah, okay, fair enough. Pathfinder taking extremely aggressive positioning to get on the back here, but that's gonna get a pick on the Karma, and now double Braum ulti, and that's gonna be a passive into an instant dunk. Both the Corki and the Yorick, and Pathfinder showing why he is the heart and soul of this team. They go by Pathfinder. He will find a way. The AoE on the AP Sunfire is just so much better. Well, like, it used to be that the AP Sunfire was the tankier option and the Armor Sunfire was the more damage option because the damage ramped up over time, but now it doesn't anymore, so it's like, what's even the point of it? I don't know. I don't like it, but another kill over to Darius, and they're looking to just end here, which I respect because Trinimer's away from the base. I don't think these two could stop him. York is about to be here, and Trinimer's finally TPing! It's coming in! It's gonna do it! Oh, no, not quite. And that will be game 2 over to NA. Very decisive win for them. Well done. Okay, so let me... Okay, is my client broken? What is happening here? There it goes. That was weird. Okay. Okay, let's go ahead and switch to that. He used it! He did the thing! He teleported! I heard an invite sound. No, you didn't. Well, actually, maybe you did. I forgot to mute the client, so I guess you probably did. Shut up, Eric. Troll. Alright, let's get that Game 3 Fearless overlay going. And are the teams keeping the sides? They are. Perfect, they don't have to change it again. We'll give NA their win. And here we go. He used it. He used the teleport. It's happening. New TP ruin, TP jungle clear. You can almost walk to your camps as fast as you TP early. Damn, a casualty for sure. It's tough. Yep, can't TP to mid to get a fast, or to bot tower to get a faster clear anymore. Feels bad. Feels bad. Feels bad. Now you have to use camp mechanics to clear fast, so you can't just TP cheese. I know. They made the jungle more effort intensive. I don't like it. I have to actually use my brain and like move and kite camps and stuff. Fuck that. I don't have to do that bullshit with minions. Just kill them. It's over. That's it. Kill the minions, kill your laner, GG easy. Speaking of GG easy, there's the Ezreal first pick for NA. Very odd choice considering Jinx and Varus are both available, but I'm not the captain. It's gonna be the old Echo jungle for my back sore. Much better pick than Tryndamere in my opinion. This will be covered by countered by a Ezreal Seraphine. It's gonna be hard to get on top of. That's the Jarvan, always very useful, very high priority pick here in the beer league. And then we got the Bard. We haven't seen a nearly enough Bard ever since Ched wasn't in Fearless. It's tough. We missed the Bard. Can't complain about a non-beer league Jinx game. They're rare. Jinx is fun to watch, though. I won't complain, but I mean, there is a risk people pick it. It's exciting and good, so. Plus, honestly, we haven't seen nearly as many of them this season compared to the usual. I think that a lot of the Fearless teams have prioritized other ADCs over Jinx. Both teams still need a top laner, and a mid laner. So lots of top lane bans coming in. What else does Pathfinder know how to play? Boo, Jinx, boo! Exciting definitely wasn't a pun. I actually wasn't planning that, but yeah. Nope, it was a bait. He's switching to the Quinn. Switching to the Renekton. Renekton's a damage. Yeah, blind picking Nessus is probably not a good call against Pathfinder. So I don't blame him for just swapping over to the Renekton. I want to watch it. Yeah, sorry. It's going to be the Wukong lock-in for NA, presumably top lane. I don't know how that matchup goes. I feel like that should be Renekton favored, but maybe Wukong can just DPS his way through. I really don't know. Final pick here for Mr. True Phenom. What's he got left in the tank? Guess he a Victor? No, a Swain pick. Okay. And for Rowdy Fan, last pick. What do we got, Mr. Rowdy Fan? Pretty divey, beefy NA team. I do like the Silas if he indeed ends up going with that. Steal a lot of those big ultis for yourself. Be a nice big brawler boy in the middle as well. I like that. Okay. All right, and they're going to get into it. I'm going to take a quick restroom break, and I will be right back. Okay. As far as I'm aware, Pathfinder has not played Wukong before this season. So I'm very interested to see how he pilots it, because he's typically more of a Juggernaut player, and Wukong isn't quite the same mold, and I'm not sure how practiced he is on it, so I look forward to seeing that. All right, and here we are for Game 3. And here we go, the pause right at the very beginning. Wouldn't be a beer league game without it. These motherfuckers, dude. All right, and here we go.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift. Seconds until minions spawn.
Team NA looking for some blood here, level 1. They are going to be spotted by this ward.
Minions have spawned.
Jungler's gonna be starting on the opposite sides this time around. He played Wukong against us. Holy, this caster knows nothing. Did Pathfinder play Wukong against us? I don't remember that. To be fair, this was like a month ago, bro. That was a long time ago. You know how many Beer League games I've had to watch since then? Actually, probably about as many as you have, because you're here every fucking stream. You probably watch more than I have. Who did Bernie play against Wukong in week 1? I don't remember. I believe you. It does sound familiar now that you mention it, but what did Darius? Oh, that's right, and he ran it. I remember. That's right. I remember. Yeah, that's right. He blinded Darius and they counted it with Wukong. Yeah, that's right. I remember that now. Yes. That was a long time ago, but I do remember it. Now that you bring it up. I do remember. Remember that fateful game. All right, pop quiz, Eric. What did he play in? What did Pathfinder play in the other game against us? I know it wasn't Mordekaiser because we knew to ban that. What did he play? Malphite versus Cho'Gath, right? Yep, I remember that too. Very nice all-in by Pathfinder there, taking advantage of his Ignite advantage. Having just enough damage to finish him off. Does he wait for the level up, or does he just do it with just level 2? Yeah, he just does it with nice E auto Q auto reset with Ignite. Yeah, that's enough. There you go. Well done to Pathfinder. Coming in here on Rowdy Fan. Rowdy Fan actually eased forward to dodge the Jarvan EQ, and he decides to turn on the Jarvan, but doesn't quite have the damage to actually finish him off, so he's gonna have to back off. I respect it though. That's a smart way to play a gank in that situation. And now we got Echo coming in on the Swain, and ooh, and that goes on very aggressive flash to make the gank happen, but ends up dying to minion aggro afterwards. This is why we take Triumph and not Presence of Mind. Still a very nice play by DW, though. Did secure the kill. Ooh. Nybakasaur going very aggressively for the Jarvan there, and he's going to get him as soon as his pause ends, because he's going to get this pause mid-auto attack. That's funny. I'm going to laugh my ass off if Jarvan somehow escapes the situation because of this pause. It shouldn't happen. I don't see any feasible way it could happen, but it would be funny. It is indeed getting rowdy in here. They must have left their window open and are letting the Wi-Fi out. I mean, that's the only explanation I can think of for why they keep having to pause. Oh, and he does indeed get the kill the moment the pause ends. Very good. All right. Piece of strength over for NA for the third straight game. Wandering Monarch, oh, DC'd, oh no. Oh
A
no.
summoner has reconnected.
Man, a lot of connection issues. Thanks for. Is this game 2? No, it's game 4. We did game 2 first, and then game 1, and now it's game 4. We'll play game 3 if we have to, but for now it's game 4. No, I will not be handling any further questions. Look at my settings. Dun 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 dun. A friend and I have been playing Zelda, so I've had the fucking Zelda Lost Woods song stuck in my head. Alright, we're not gonna do that anymore. I heard some players in this game want it to be best of 7. Yeah, that sounds horrible. Let's not do the best of 7s.
A summoner has reconnected.
Oh, are we back? Poor Wandering Monarch, he came in as kind of an emergency sub for DW, and he's just been having just tons of connection issues. Tough! All right. Setting up the gank by the Bard and the Botman here, and that will be a swing going down. Nice double gank here. Wandering Monarch has to be careful here. He's gonna, thankfully, no more gap closers, so he should be fine. Is that Echo from Arcane? Yeah, I guess so. No, this is actually Echo from Project. Sorry. Well, after we had a very hectic or bombastic start to the early game, not really anything's happened since then, so... Although, they might have heard me, because it looks like we're going to get a dive here on the Renekton. Crimson should somehow outplay this. God, doesn't even have to use his flash, and he's going to survive the dive, and now we're going to get a gank here in the bot lane in return. That's... The Echo Stone's going to land on Echo, and he should be dead here. Indeed he is. Can they finish off the Seraphine as well? No, she's going to be able to flash in time. Very ballsy by Crimson Shin to not even use his flash to dodge the Jarvan either. I definitely would have used it. So, but maybe he knew he didn't need to. And Pathfinder, ooh, very nice flash there. That's going to stall long enough for after the tower to kill. And then they go ahead and dive Seraphine down in the bot lane as well. They're going to get her. And that goes from Zaun. That's true. He does say that a lot, doesn't he? Sorry, I'm a little bit on the tired side here. I don't have as much energy to follow all the action going on here. These 3-game series kind of wear me out. Plus, I wasn't really playing the cast today. It kind of just stuck up on me. But it's all good. And they're going to go ahead and take the dragon hero. They're going to hit by the Ash arrow. They're going to get engaged on it, so they might pay for their lives for getting this dragon. And they trying their best to salvage the situation. Ooh. That's kind of a fancy EQ out of there. But in the end, he will go down, as well his bot lane, as well his mid lane. So yeah, they get the dragon, but at what cost? Answer 4 of their lives. Up to about a 3k gold lead for DW now. So this isn't meant to be a criticism of Crimson Chin necessarily, because like, oh, you suck, but he seems to be not really sure when he can fight the Wukong, and he's kind of popping the ulti early on, just like out of fear, I guess. And I don't blame him, because you definitely need it to beat the Wukong, but Wukong can just kind of like disengage afterwards if he has cooldowns left. So I think he's having a hard time telling how he should be playing these trades. So, which, you know, it reflects in the score of the CS as well. And now then All-In's going to break out in the bot lane, and Ashe and Bard are both going to have... Ooh, very unfortunate Q missed by Ezreal. That would have been a nice kill. That would have been a shutdown on the Ashe too, but alas. My back isn't so great. Are you kidding me? When was the last time you saw a player with such an ability at moving with Echo? Terror puts the game on another level, and we will be blessed if we ever see a player with a skill and passion for the game again. Slamrai breaks records, Birdie breaks records, my Bacchosaur breaks the rules. Keep your statistics. I prefer the magic. Indeed. Thank you, thank you, Eric. All right, and now we're gonna get a 3v3 breaking out here by the Grubs. DW has gotten them already, but now the fight breaks out in earnest. Rowdy Pan's going to be the first to go down, but then Wukong shortly to follow, and Renekton should go down here as well. It should be a one fight for DW, although they do end up getting those 2. Well, actually, they only get 2 of the Grubs, so not a full-on victory. Eric, what is that copy pasta from, anyway? I have no idea where that originally came from. Alright, let's fast forward just a little bit here. I don't know what it was about double lift, but I think it started with a different game. It doesn't sound like a League meme. It sounds like someone that people adapted to League, but I don't know where it comes from originally. I'll have to look that up later and find that out. I prefer the magic. It's a good copy pasta. And the game going much better for Echo here, about a 1.2k gold lead for him alone. And Feats of Strength been claimed yet? Doesn't look like it. I don't remember who got Feet of Warfare. Oh, no, it was NA. They got Feet of Warfare yet again. So, ooh, looking at a nice engage on the Ashe here. No flash here, so she should go down. Ooh, very nice Seraphine ulti. It's a 3-man charm, but that actually stalls long enough for the Ashe to escape. And then for Jarvan to go down. So great stun by Echo to stall and buy time for the Ashe to get out. Very well played. Great job saving that shutdown yet again. And despite their CS lead, Kemp's bot lane for NA 0-5. Tough. Got a very aggressive W positioning by Echo there. I guess he was expecting to be seen and he just wasn't. Hello, Trevor. This is your local tax softener. Last reply is the way you haven't paid your taxes is unacceptable. I'll check it out later, and you know how I get down. I'm not about excuses. But you're sending I meant over right now to start repossessing your house. Fair enough, dude. Should have paid his taxes. Fair play. Eric, we need to start crafting some. We need to start crafting some memes for DQ, for when we beat them on Thursday, or when we lose. But those are coping memes. Those aren't nearly as fun. So come up with some winners memes that we can, for You Can't Resist and Zesty Queso and Billy Bezed and all those goofballs. I won't be in chat to spam them. No, you just spam them in all chat, bro. Got them, get them all ready to go, and then whoever's streaming can read them out. Yeah, I know it'll be a bit of distraction, so just type fast in between your camps. And they're gonna go ahead and try to go for the Rift Hero here. Most important objective. They will indeed get it, no problemo. Ezreal way behind though, hasn't even really started on his Mana Moon yet. So just the tier. DW's gonna take the Dragon in response, which you will happily do. The Infernal Blazes is gonna be another Infernal Soul game. Or potential Infernal Soul game, I suppose. We are all caught up to live now. Oh, very cheeky Bard Q to stop the Wukong engage, and that's a Wukong ulti down. There you go. It's a little low effort, but I still respect it. Well, here comes the ulti on Ashe, and she is very dead. And they're finally going to collect that shutdown on the Seraphine. And Swain actually kind of gets caught out there and right into the Echo ulti, which does a ton of damage. That Echo ulti does actually not as much damage as I would have thought, but it does get him. I do like that you called them Team Dairy Queen, though. I appreciate that callback. Yep, I'm definitely tired. I might have to call on if I end up. Well, okay. Hopefully I won't be casting finals, because that means I'm not playing in them. Let's not think about that. Nope, not going there. Are you gonna cast game 4? This is game 4. Were you paying attention? Fucking noob Eric. Doesn't even know what game it is. This is game 4. It's game 3. Probably won't cast game 3 because there won't be one, but I will cast game 4 because this is game 4. Oh, I'm barely casting it, to be honest. I'm tired. Does that support Echo? Lichbane, Lichbane and Nashers too. That looks like a support build to me for sure. Gold lead's still fairly close, only about 2.5, 3K for DW here. It's manageable. You are testing me. He has 11 assists. He does. That's true. That just means his team is really good at kill stealing. Unfortunately, I feel like if there was a chance for Crimson Chin to win this match, if it was early on, but because now that Wukong has Triforce, I don't think there's any way Renekton can feasibly win unless he's way ahead, which he is not. So, alas. They're going to get a gank here on the Wukong. Can they land the CC on him? No, they cannot. They're going to pop the Bard ulti on the tower and try to go for the die. This is aggressive. They are going to get it, though, and that's going to be a killing spree for Rowdy Fan. It's getting rowdy in here. It's my favorite champion says that. Or he says, like, let's get rowdy or something? I don't know. Point is that the word rowdy is in there, and so is so good enough. Because here it is going to go ahead and move right on it, but the Echo is here, watching, waiting patiently. And he's going to go ahead and try to get caught. He's going to get caught out here by the Swain and have to ult out. And now Ash will ult from the other side, and that's going to give Rowdy Fan enough of an in to get inside. But actually, no, he doesn't have the burst to quite finish her off. And he's going to end up going down. And now the rest of the fight's breaking out, but so far it's looking fine for DW. Able to survive that initial burst. Now can they finish off Echo? Yes, they can, and this Swain pick is putting in a lot of value. Hashtag get wasted. Yeah, great fight by Ade there. Very well done. Surviving the initial engage and then coming on ahead. They're going to grab this Otacon. How many flowers do they got to get from this out of curiosity? They got 23 now. And they're going to get 39. So 16 flowers. It's not bad. They're going to get the dragon as well. And yeah, they're still down by about 1.5K, but they caught up a lot in objectives, which will be helpful. It is a feat of strength for DW this time around. I do like Sylas going ahead and get these boosts as quickly as possible. That ability haste is super nice on Sylas. Plus the move speed's honestly not bad either. Empowering or protecting, empowering or protecting allies with abilities, dealing damage to enemy champions with abilities, or casting a summoner spell grants 10% of 0 for 4 seconds. It should just say doing things except doing anything except autoing gives you 10% boost for 4 seconds. I get what they were going for, but the way it's written is just funny. I guess the Berserker Greaves one is the autoing one, so they didn't want them to overlap, which I guess makes sense. We're gonna go for a gank on the Wukong. Ashel's gonna nail him. He does have Merc Trait, so it doesn't last quite as long, but they still should get him here no problem. And Ashe ends up actually blowing her flash to try to escape. Given how low she got, she might have needed to. But they do indeed get the Pong of Wu. Massive farm for Echo Jungle, by the way. 211 CS already. That's why he's up over 2K over the Jarvan. He's got the most CS in the game by quite a bit, which is very impressive. Rowdy Fan is going to get jumped on here, but I mean, he's tanky, but he's not that tanky. He will eventually go down. Alright. Hashtag get wasted. We need our own chat for our team. Eric, got any ideas? Meanwhile, Nectar's gonna kinda get caught out here. Ain't no kinda about it. He is very caught and he is very dead. In Bernie we trust. That is a good slogan, I'll give you that. It's a little bit of a mouthful, but we do indeed trust Bernie. Sometimes. The gold gap is actually completely closed as of right now, so it's definitely anyone's game going forward. I'm actually not sure which of these comps I like better, scaling-wise. I guess DQ, but as Silas gets another solo kill there, up in the top lane on the Swain. My goodness. Well, Echo's late game is super duper good. The rest of their team doesn't scale particularly well, whereas Seraphine scales pretty well, Swain scales pretty well. Yeah, I don't think either of these teams scales particularly well, so I think late game could very much be a toss-up. DQ, they're in your head already? Did I say DQ? Meant DW, whatever. They are similar. I'm tired, man. Got in my head, I'm just too sleepy. Looking forward to go watch some YouTube after this. I'm too tired to do anything else, but alas. What happened to the first W in DW? I got rid of it because WDW is way too much effort to say. And it doesn't even make sense because their name is Don't Worry, We Scale. Why does it start with why does their name start with W then? It's stupid, so I just got rid of the first W. So now their team, Don't Worry. I have decided. Ooh, nice catch on the Jarvan, but ooh, actually very nice juke by the Ashe, but unfortunately still gonna die anyway. Look, if they wanted me to say their whole name, they shouldn't have picked a name that had 7 syllables in it. You didn't hear me rant about the letter W earlier, but suffice to say, it's a very selfish letter, and having 2 of them in your name is unacceptable. Alright, and they're going to look for a pick here on Wukong, but that's always a risky business because he could just turn it around on you. Not playing this instance, though. No real follow-up by the Wukong, unfortunately. And now Swain's trying to do his business. Rowdy Fan trying to get in on the back, and he's going to land on the Ezreal. Very well done. But now this Swain is just giving everybody the suck, and they can't get away until they burst his ass with that Wukong, or with that Echo damage. There's no MR on that Swain yet, so he gets popped. It ends up being a 1-team fight over for DW. DQ, aka Dairy Queen, is best known for making ice cream that doesn't fall when flipped upside down. That is true. That is a very weird thing for them to be famous for, isn't it? But it is accurate. You know what? It's actually smart, because it means that the kids don't accidentally lose their ice cream. That's smart. It's good thinking. Kids, they're not good at holding things. They tip them over. The ice cream doesn't fall out because it's Dairy Queen. There you go. Good thinking, DQ. About a 3.5K gold lead here for DW now. Hopefully their name is true and they do indeed scale. Dragon's dead even. Is gonna be cheeky with the Wukong once again. A lot of very aggressive posturing by the Echo to see if he can try to get a pick here. Ash ulti comes in and that's gonna... Ooh, they don't even need it. They end up taking down Pathfinder. And now they say, heck with it, we're gonna start this dragon right away. So they just got two... Wait, what did they kill Swain? What? When did Swain die? I'm so confused. Oh, he gets killed by the South of the Valley and got it. I didn't even see that part happen. Alright, DW's gonna go ahead and move on to this Baron, and Jarvan's gonna go ahead and try to do a steal. Doesn't have any vision on it, and Echo's smart, is just gonna go right for him. He does tons of damage. Jarvan's not that tanky amidst magic damage, so he's just gonna go and blast him. And that indeed works out. But that actually stalls the Baron for the time being, and that might be enough to stop it. Oh, they're going to try to go back on it. Ooh, nice jump by Renekton to dodge the Seraphine ulti. And Rowdy Fan trying his best to keep them away from this Baron so they can secure it, and he does. DQ, aka Team Bravo Queens, are best known for crying after losing to 2 in the final game of the regular season. Prophetic, I'm sure, Eric. Prophetic, I'm sure. In the mid lane. Very nice Ash ult. They end up probably winning the fight there against the Wukong. Well done.
Red team has scored an ace.
Okay. And yeah, NA or a DW in a very commanding position now. 10K gold lead here with the Baron. And from downtown! Yeah, these Astros have been pretty good this game. Going in for a play on the Bard. Not a lot of follow-up. Check his PC. That must be Ched Bard. True. Does Ched build a Leandries on Bard? That's pretty metal. I like it. Yeah, at this point, I'm not really sure what you do. You really don't have an answer for this Silas. It's almost full build. And I don't know if stalling really helps your team that much either, so kind of just hang in there and hope something good happens. Hope for a throw. Go ahead and get it. Nice steal attempt by Kemsky, but alas, that is a tough one to try. Pathfinder with the no Tiamat item. Wukong is finding out the difficulty of not having a Tiamat on Wukong. Look at this very painful wave clear. Now, granted, it's a super wave, but still. Ooh. Nice catch on the Seraphine here. That's going to be a one-shot by the Silas. Well played. The Silas with got to be, what, 700 AP? Oh, only 600. Not as much as I thought. And then we're going to go ahead and do a dive, but it's going to land the Bartle too, but it's going to land on the people they're diving, which is not really what you're going for. But it does still have the Silas ulti going. And that should be the game here, I would think. Barring something very unusual. Well, actually... they did lose 2 people during that tower dive somehow. Maybe they can't end quite yet. Blast him, Gauntlet! We're gonna go in on my Bacchosaur, but with that massive shield and his damage, he should be a-okay. And he is indeed. Ooh, very nice stun on the Seraphine, and that should be a very dead. Oh, nope, she's gonna barely live for now. He's going to end up going down. Now, Echo's going to ult out, but I think he's probably going to die to Echo. He is indeed going to die to the Ezreal now. It's going to be a big shutdown over to the Ezreal. That's helpful. Alright, we're all caught up once again. I think you just take the Baron and put this game to bed if you're DW, but we shall see. $685 for the Echo, $583 for the Silas. Still no upgraded boots for the Ashe. Need to remember to get those. Especially on Ashe. I feel like Ashe probably gets more value than most ADCs for the extra move speed from the booties. Maybe get a pick here on the Jarvan in the mid lane. They're gonna go for it. Nope. And they will indeed just go ahead and rip this Baron, no problem. Maybe we can get a crazy steal here by Jarvan. He's got to find a way to get in there. Yeah, I mean, I think you got to try. I think you just kind of get choked out of the game. Ooh, interesting kind of CC combo there. They should be able to get him though, and indeed they will. And I think that they just force their way down the rest of the base. And nice flash. Ooh, actually has to ult out early because of the Wukong. Not able to stay. Can't afford to get CC'd there. And now the Silas ulting with the Swain, but he's not actually that tanky, so he can't really do that. And now Swain's here with the real Swain ulti, which is a lot better. He's going to get a 1,000 gold shutdown on the Bard, which is a terrible sentence that should not exist. And in the end, he does go down, but for now, NA holds. Yeah, multiple big shutdowns. Well, I guess it was just the one. Still, though, 1,000 gold on Swain. That's what you need if you're NA. You need this Swain to be a raid boss. For all that... Ooh. Nice ulti there. Very good. Actually, why does he say Great Seraphine ulti? I'm confused. Did I miss a Seraphine ulti? Am I blind? Hold on. So they have the fight. Seraphine still has ulti. The Swain comes in. And then they have Seraphine ulti. Oh yeah, there we go. Lands right on Ashe and Echo. Okay, yeah, fair enough. Okay, fair play. It hit 2. I mean, that's pretty good. He hit the Echo with no ulti, which means he died. That's pretty critically important. So fair enough. And for now, DQ holds. And yeah, they need the Sway to be a raid boss, because one big disadvantage of this DW team is their DPS is actually not very good. So if these off tanks on DQ can be really hard to deal with as the game. Oh, DQ, God, I keep saying DQ. On NA can be difficult to deal with if the game goes on long enough, because this team's DPS is just really not that great. They're gonna go ahead and try to do the dragon here. Should be able to get it. Indeed they will. And NA showing they're not out of this yet. Making a great stand in their base and cutting the gold lead down significantly and getting the big objectives off the board without much losses. Well played to them. And Ezreal is actually a full build, which I guess makes sense. It is 38 minutes, but still. It looks like Swain's gonna go for maybe Jock Show final item with that Aegis of the Legion. I'm assuming that's what it's for. Or oh no, it doesn't build it of Aegis anymore, does it? It builds up. That's why he's going for Unending Despair, which is a little bit more questionable. I don't hate it, but I'd much rather see, I don't know, like a Force of Nature or something. But I suppose it's fine. Very nice catch on 2 members of DW there. Silas and Bard both go down. We got so rowdy in here. True. Ooh, and going for a catch on the Jarvan, but he should be fine. Ooh, Ashel not quite able to land. Swain gonna go back. Is he gonna get his Unending Despair? Indeed he is. This is definitely not the item I would have gone for personally. I would have much rather preferred like a Spirit Visage. But I think Unending Despair is fine as well. It's not that expensive either, so. But yeah, I think like if you go like Force of Nature or something, all that move speed against these two AP champs are the ones you have to be worried about, right? I also don't like the Sork Shoes. I think I'd much rather have like Plated Steel Caps or something, but ultimately not my champion, not my game, so. Swain infinitely scaling, that is true, he is an infinite scaler! Got 750 extra health from the passive, which is actually not that much for this point in the game, I think. But I digress. He has done 9,000 damage with the Leandries, 4,000 with the Malignants. No objectives up for a while. Surprised Slammer not hating on no Blackfire Torch. Yeah, I mean, I still think Blackfire Torch is better than Malignants, but I don't think it's, like, egregious to not go Blackfire on Swain. Especially when your team's kind of relying on you to frontline as much as this team is. I don't mind it as much. Ooh, very nice. It's engaged by Echo, and he's going to have to design his and then ult out. But no, he's actually going to go down without even being able to ult, and now the rest of the fight has begun in earnest. He's going to go ahead and Jarvan ulti on the Renekton, and now the Silas with the Swain is going to go in, but he is not nearly as tanky as the Swain, and he's going to go down. And yeah, very bold attempted play by My Back is Sore. Honestly, I think using the Zonies was a mistake. I think he just needed to mash R and hope he got out. Because once he got the Zonies went through, even if he had pressed R, it would have put him right back in the middle of them still. I mean, maybe that's what he was planning to do, but in the end, he ends up going down and getting to press the button. They hold the gates! No Blackfire Torch on the Echo? Yeah, don't build Blackfire Torch on Echo. That sounds not good. That sounds not great. Not ideal, not recommended. And yeah, the gold, still about a 4K gold gap, but that barely even matters this late in the game. So we aren't even at Elder yet. We're gonna be another 15 minutes. I mean, that is possible for sure. It is certainly possible. DQ or NA. I keep saying fucking DQ. My God. NA has been winning the fights, but they're also kind of penned in their base a bit. So, an Echo, you do not want to try a 50-50 smite against an Echo. He is probably the best at stealing, best jungler in the game at stealing objectives late. He's going to go for it. And he's, oh, nice smite by Jarvan. Is able to secure it despite the attempted steal. And Wukong going to go ahead and catch out Ashe on the back. I'm not sure why Ashe was back there. He's going to go down, but then Sylas captures Seraphine on the side. They are able to back and stop the Renekton, and now they're going to try to catch out the rest of NA here. And looks like they should be able to. Bard ends up ulting himself. Ooh, I probably would have held that for a second longer so he could hit the Swain, but now the Swain is here. He doesn't have ulti, though, so not quite as powerful as he would normally be in this. This would normally be a free, easy win for him, but no ulti in this situation means he doesn't have the damage to sustain to survive that. And he ends up going down. In the end, I think DW ends up coming out ahead of this play, even though they gave up Baron, unless my Backdoor dies here like a goofball. Okay, this is illegal that you're letting him leave here, bro. No. Okay. Dude, just kill him. Oh my God. Is DW really going to cheese out another late game win? Oh my God. No, not yet. Not yet. I respect the attempt at the Ashe to stop us back, but alas, it will not happen. Now they're going to move on over to the Dragon, but they are both very low. I don't think NA has any way to reasonably get here and contest this, though, so that should be Dragon Soul over to DW here. Not sure why he moved his W out of the way to dodge that. I guess because he didn't have Smite yet? I guess he wanted to do it a little bit slower. Yeah. Okay. DW is going for Infernal Soul. Pretty big. You know, ironically, I think Infernal Soul's probably one of the weaker ones overall, TBH, but, you know, Soul's still good no matter which one it is. Alright. I do think NA has the stronger team fight, but it's hard to be all grouped together to be able to actually do it because they've got these double inhibs, dead inhibs that they have to deal with. They don't have the greatest wave clear as a team either. Ezreal's one big weakness, he's bad at wave clear, so he can't clear sideways very fast. Bit of shenanigans over here by the red buff. Jarvan's gonna go ahead and secure it. DW has to back off. And does anyone have Baron left on NA? Yes, the Wukong still has it, barely, for only a few more seconds, so. Is this the longest game of the season? Not even close. We've had games almost reach 50 minutes so far. So we might, at the rate it's going, we might make it to 50, but it'll depend on how this upcoming fight goes. Is this what the later stages of a game, elite game, looks like? I don't think we've even had a game go to 30 minutes yet, have we? Is this the bangerest of the season? It could be. Rogue Otters is here, which is a little bit of a spoiler as to how this goes down. Ooh, very nice engage by the Jarvan. Oh, a very unfortunate Seraphine's ult timing gets cock blocked by the Bard ulti, and now Swain or Silas off on the side, but he's gonna end up going down. Not quite thirsty enough to kill the Swain anymore. And now Pathfinder's gonna go in and he's gonna catch up the back line once again, and that's gonna burst the Ash, and he's gonna go in and he's gonna. Can he finish off the Echo as well? No! And now DW just has to try their best to escape so they can stall, but they are severely outnumbered, and Bard's getting run down by the Monkey King. And Echo gets taken. Oh no, he's still alive, and he's trying to cut the wave in the mid lane. Maybe he can do something spicy. Going for Pathfinder, see if he can pick him off, but very nice W by Pathfinder. And that should be enough to end the game in favor of NA after a 47.5-minute game with a massive lead for Team DW, but not able to close it out. NA holds firm at the gates, gets the objectives, wins enough fights, and they effectively outscale the team outscale. And that's it, folks. Fun series, everybody. Woo! They held the gates. Very fun series to cast. Very enjoyable to watch. Some very nice non-competitive beer league action. In the sense that they're both not playoff teams, but that's okay. That's mostly a measure of the playoffs being small this season. I think these teams will both be playoff worthy in a longer season, but alas, it's not the season we're in. So, but yeah, very fun series, very back and forth. Both games 1 and 3 were both really came down to the wire both times. And yeah, in the end, NA ends up taking it. Well played to them. All right, before we log off here, the next game I believe is Week 5, Thursday. Yep, DQ versus 2 on Thursday to see who takes the title as the only 5-0 team that matters, not counting Pyro's team. And yeah, look forward to that in a couple days. And have a good night, everybody. Bye.